Hello, Capricorn, or people interested in Capricorns. This is Nadia, the astrologer for people who do not believe in astrology but cannot wait to hear their February forecast. And this is indeed the forecast for February 2025 for Capricorns. Before I move on to talk to you about what this month means specifically for you, let me play you a very short video where I talk about what February astrology is like in general. If you heard the horoscope for another sign and you remember that, just skip to the next section. Notice the background? This is the apartment that we just started renting and are renovating now. But this is not why I'm filming here. I'm filming it here because this is the perfect metaphor for where we are in the beginning of 2025 astrologically. Now, I love the astrology of 2025-2026, although it contains a frankly scary and confusing conjunction of Saturn and Neptune. But what I love about it is that by the end of 2026, we will be in a completely new era. I will get into it more in the summer months when the glimpses of this new era will be more present with us. But it's kind of like this apartment, you know, the new apartment will be here. It's just impossible to say at the moment how exactly it will be different from the old apartment that was here before we deconstructed everything. So in January, we were mostly dealing with old stuff or with the consequences of what happened in 2024. And in February, we begin kind of the same way. Mars is still retrograde. The super slow planets that take years to move through just one sign, they are all, except for Pluto, still in the old signs. They will move to new signs in the summertime. But things start picking up slowly, very much like our renovation plans. We still need to do some work on what is here, you know, getting rid of something, cleaning up a little bit. But then the new things will slowly start becoming more and more important. So what are we looking at? Venus, the planet of beauty and pleasure and love, moves from Pisces to Aries on the 4th of February. This is a bit of a downgrade for her, but a very useful one. Two slow planets that I keep talking about, Saturn and Neptune, will move into Aries and will form an extremely important and influential conjunction there. It is not an easy one, but it has a lot of potential. And Venus, because of its retrograde, in the next 2 months, it will be crossing it 2 times and then again in May. And it will start giving us clues. Specifically, it will start giving us clues about what could there be in this area of your chart, where the beginning of Aries is, that is so beautiful and so worthy and so valuable and so seductive probably, that you wouldn't mind doing the work that Saturn and Neptune will require you to do later on. Jupiter, the planet of luck and abundance, is ending its retrograde, goes direct also on the 4th. It will need a bit of time to pick up speed, but in general, now it is more powerful than ever since it entered Gemini in the last summer. So if you were a little bit disappointed with the performance of Jupiter in Gemini, this is the time when it can redeem itself. We also have a bombastic full moon in Leo on the 12th. We have a curious, gentle, and kind of very nice new moon in Pisces on the 28th. On the 24th, Mars goes direct, and new things will start popping up here and there from then on. What will be reformed and restructured in your life in 2025-2026 has to do with home and family. Because this home and family sector in your horoscope is where Saturn and Neptune will be acting together in the next 2 years. They're not there yet, but to prepare for their arrival and for the work that you will have to do once they're there, look to Venus. It's entering your astrological house of home and family on the 4th of February and will start giving you clues on what you would love for your family and home life to be like. Bathe in those ideas. Daydream, make a Pinterest board, allow yourself to imagine something that was previously unavailable to you. Start developing your taste for home and family life. It's okay to change your mind on it later, so taste is a thing that is always in development. the more attention you pay to what pleases you or may please you, the more developed and refined and exact your taste then becomes. The more in love you are with an idea or with an image, the more motivated you will be later on when you will have to put actual labor into working on some labor intensive and slow moving home or family project. You may face some stress in one of the important partnerships in your life. Could be love, friendship, working together, playing tennis together. When I say stress, I mean that of the Mars retrograde kind, when something was done not exactly how you want it to be between the two of you or together. So something needs to be taken back or renegotiated, done right. And there are hot emotions involved, like hurt or anger or competition, although that one is not an emotion. Do you have goals when it comes to dealing with an important person in your life or with relationships in general? If you do, then prepare before the 24th when Mars is still retrograde, and then strike after the 24th when it will station direct. Approach the person with a strong offer, state your claim, maybe even throw an ultimatum. Just don't do it the way you done it in October. Show yourself that you have learned something since then. With Jupiter going direct, you may be inspired to upgrade your day-to-day life to make you more productive, yes, but in an optimistic and exciting way. You have about 4 months to turn into someone who is extremely into being effective, but also enjoys it incredibly and has fun with it. Full moon on the 12th will draw your attention to what is going on in your intimate partnership. Maybe great, I don't know. Or if you're looking for funding, it may mark some sudden development in that area as well. New moon on the 28th is all about intellectual labor, creative expression, and learning. If you have any goals connected to that, try to write them down and imagine them in a way that will make them very attractive to you emotionally. So that's it. That's a slightly more upbeat month than the previous one. And I wish you a good one, Capricorn.